Hello everybody, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another episode of Endergate. This is episode 5, and last episode, we just finished creating this zombie slash drown farm. So as you can see right now, there are zombies dropping in right behind me, and then you can see the drown because these zombies have already converted, and everything is going good so far, except the fact that, I can't get a Fortune 3 pickaxe for some reason. Yeah, it's very annoying. Everything has been silk touch. But last episode, this is where we left off. We have this little soul sand magma block elevator right here. It's not the big one that I made in my tutorial. This is a very simple version because we only need to go up to right here. So I just need a way to go in and out of this place because right now I am pillaring up and going out that way. So it is very, very annoying. And oh, hey, a shovel. As I was saying, as more and more things are falling off here, look at all this armor. Wow, that is, if you think about it, that's kind of a lot of gold and iron ingots wasted. So I definitely, yeah. Oh man. Okay, that should be all of it for now. I've picked everything up and I've cleared this out for the most part. A lot of iron in here still, so that's very good. So, like I was saying, this is where we left off last episode, and I believe I was talking about the Soul Sand Magma Block Elevator. So, we're going to do this first before we get things started for today. This is going to be a very simple project. I mean, we've been doing a lot of creative builds, and that's what I wanted to do this season, but I'm still a redstone guy, so, I have the urge to do some redstone. So let's go ahead and wire this thing up. Okie dokie, now that it is nice and quiet in here, we can finally work in peace. So, what we need to do is bring this up. So I think that is about 13 blocks, if I counted that right. So what we're going to do, we need to be able to push this over when we're up top. So we need to do a redstone line going all the way up on this side. But let's go ahead and do the simple redstone first. So we're going to place a cobblestone right here, redstone dust right there, and then I want to use these for my decorative blocks. So that would go there, stone button here. So what this is doing, when we come down, we're all ready to go back up. All we need to do is push this side, and then our soul sand is all ready to go. So that was very easy, no problem at all. Like I said, this is going to be a very easy build, and the only thing now is to bring our redstone line up. So I'm going to try to think of how to do that. So I might go back. I'm debating if I want to go this way or this way. So I've been thinking about this one, what we're going to do up here. First of all, this tree needs to go. That is definitely in the way. And I want the button to be here. I've decided that, which means we need to have redstone coming out the backside. But I also want to hide the redstone. So that means we're going to have to do... The idea was to put a little build around this anyways, so we can easily hide this. Now, as far as the redstone line goes, like I said, it's about 13 blocks down. So, without having to extend the power, I'm going to have to do an extension either way, but I'm trying to think of the most compact way. So, originally what I was thinking was throwing glass here, glass there, and then going down. But what I'm thinking I can do is use my sticky piston. But then again, I don't really have that much slime, but I think I'm going to decide to do it this way, and I need to get out of here. That's a redstone block there, redstone dust on top, so when we press it, we're going to get that extension going down. And then right there, we can go ahead and start making our little redstone lines. So I know I have a bunch of shovels. There's the one we're currently using. So that would be there. So that means I can start right here. So let's go ahead and we're going to press our button. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to extend down. That's going to activate that redstone. And then we're going to bring our redstone line down. Some blocks like that. And then, of course, I'm going to have to go back up there and place in all the redstone, which I did not think about. And like I've said before, it is so much different doing redstone in survival than it is in creative, because, creative I can just knock blocks out, fly around, and do what I want. It's going to come down, that's going to come down, that's going to go there. and then perfect. And connect it. All right, here we go. We have our bucket of water. Everything is in place. So you can see right down there, it is soul sand. So again, we place our bucket of water at the very top of our elevator. And once it hits there, this is all going to turn into source blocks. And then we got our bubble column here. So right now, this is going up. So we're going to go ahead and press this. That's going to swap over. And then we give it a second just to swap over on the bubble column there. And there we go. Now we can see it is going down. So we hop on down, crouch, walk on out, and voila, we are here. And then, of course, when we want to go back up, we just press this. I'm crouched. There we go. And then that will swap back over, and then we can go ahead and head back up. And there we go. That is all set. Now that we have that little project out of the way, let's take a look at what I've been up to over here. Last time we were over here, all I had put in was the wheat field, and then the shadoof, and then I started decorating around a little bit, but the palm trees weren't here. These are supposed to be palm trees. Bear with me. This is the best that I could do. So these are palm trees, and speaking of palm trees, the desert update for the biome chooser. So if you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock the last few days, this Saturday we are able to vote on 3 biomes. We get to decide which one we want to see updated first. Now do keep in mind all 3 biomes will be updated, but the vote is to decide what we want updated first. So with the desert, we will be getting palm trees as part of that update. And we will need to sleep here in just a little bit, so I'll have that ready. We will be getting palm trees, like I said. So this is my attempt at palm trees, which I think came out all right. Like I said, creative building is very new to me, so I'm trying my best here. But I'm really proud with how this area turned out. So, palm trees, that means new wood, palm tree wood, so that's palm tree planks, wood, stripped oak, or stripped oak, stripped wood variant of it, buttons, pressure plates, fences, all those things wood related. I mentioned that in the update videos that I put out throughout the week. So if you haven't seen those, go ahead and check those out. I covered all 3 biomes. So we get the desert, the savanna over here, which is what I'm leaning towards at the moment, and then the taiga. So I'm really excited for that. I got distracted. Why was that? Palm trees. Yes, because this was my attempt at palm trees here. So I'm excited for that. That means we could have palm tree, like I said, textures, palm tree leaves. So currently these are oak, which I do need to switch out. I want to place in jungle leaves because it looks really good in this biome. So for some reason, a jungle leaf will have this color, but it has like little fruits in it. So I think that would give a good change in the texture, because right now we're using oak leaves, but then also the bushes here are oak leaves. So we do need to change. Now, I am rambling on, so let's go ahead and take a look at what I've done. So I did not do that. The llama decided to do that themselves. They decided to help themselves to my boat. So they have been there for a little bit. But we have this little end here. Just a little bit of decorating. So we have our sugarcane with some string on top to keep it from growing. We have our coarse dirt. We have our bushes. I put this little cobblestone wall in here just to give it some decoration. Also with hay bales, because we have a whole wheat field right here. I mean, why not? So we're going to continue on. Palm trees, which if we take a look from this angle, it is looking good. I mean, as far as everything looks full, so it kind of guides your eyes along this trail here. And then I added this little villager hut right here. So nothing too fancy. We got coarse dirt. We got a little table, brown bed, a couple pots out here, a little carpet with another pot on it just to give it some decoration. And then we just use some spruce trapdoors right there for the top. Now, I was going to use brown wool, but that is a very limited resource, and so is string at the moment. But I'm very proud with the way that came out. I was very excited about that. And then, of course, we have our wheat field here. Now, I did extend it a little bit, so I added in these 2 rows, because it was just looking a little too perfect, I guess. I mean, if you remember, it was just a straight shot all the way down, so I figured adding it 2 blocks out definitely kind of filled it in, made it look a little more natural. Still got to do something with that, but let's go ahead and I smashed that earlier, apparently. Yeah, this is looking good. So we follow this along. Little bunny's leading us down the way. It's late. It's late for a very important date. And yeah, you're stuck now. So that is this area all done. I just wanted to show you guys the update or the changes that I made to it. So this will be my template, I guess you can say, for the rest of the farmland area. I did start placing grass out there. Now I'm deciding on maybe not going that direction because most of the builds are going to be out in this direction. So I thought it made a little bit more sense to start expanding this way first. So what I want to do is have a bridge coming across, so right here, and then we're going to extend our farmland this way. So we're going to have more farms, and then up here is going to be a farm too, because I do want to build more shadoofs. And with this little patch of area right here, the shallow water, I'm thinking of making a building right here, and then having some sort of dock. I think that would be really cool. And there is the bridge. So nothing too fancy. In my opinion, it looks pretty structurally sound. Again, I'm very new at the creative building stuff, so bridges are not really a thing that I've always done. If it were up to me, I would have made maybe like a little cobblestone line coming across the water here. But we're trying to be creative, and the idea behind this was just a bridge that is cheap enough, nothing fancy, but you know that someone, here, they needed to get across the water, so they threw something up with what they had. So that's kind of the idea behind it, and I think that turned out pretty good. And I'm going to leave these solid blocks. I'm not going to put anything on top, only because it'd probably be best if I can get some torches on it, because it is getting nighttime. And we can probably move this one. Uh-oh, broke some grass. Let's put that back. Maybe like that. So there's, oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Yeah, that is a great view. There has been a slight change in plans. You can tell I'm already throwing down slabs here. I was mentioning putting a building here, but what I'm thinking now is I might actually need to make that a block, because I do want to put something above it, because we can't. That's going to make that a block. Okay, I can work with that. So anyways, what I was saying, originally I wanted to put a building here, but just thinking about it, I mean, this is our farmland, right? That's farmland. We have a shack. This is going to be farmland, so it still has the theme going that we have going here. So I feel like it'd be weird to have some sort of nicer building right there. So when we do get into the town, eventually someday, it will start being made out of sandstone, a little bit more sturdier blocks, obviously. So what I'm thinking for this area is making a dock. And it's going to be kind of a cheap dock, but it's kind of a place where all these villagers can bring all their crops, and then they can go across the water here. So that's the idea. I'm going to go ahead and start laying down some more blocks, and let's see how this turns out. And just a few more slabs need to be placed, so we can go ahead and place those in. And I'll probably need to make one more quick batch, definitely. Line that up. And we got those. So, say we need two more sets. 1 and 2. Okay. So that should be enough. Let's place those in. Right there. Okay. So this is the dock so far. It doesn't look like much. I'm going to add something here. I have something visualized, but this is it. So there was a drone here inspecting everything. There it is. So we have our dock that's going to come out. So again, our farmlands, this is going to come to this little dock area here. And that way, the villagers can take their crops across the water here and then sell their stuff off and then, make a little bit of money, emeralds, whatever it is they trade, seeds, who knows. But this is what we're going to be working with right here. And just for a little bit more detail, I'm going to go ahead and place in some stairs right here, I think. Yeah, right there. We can knock this out. And I'm probably going to get hit from behind. Maybe. No, okay. Decided to leave us alone. So there we go, a little staircase. So you park your boat, you can come on down and just get out of the water there. That's cool, especially if I'm trying to swim across. That just makes it a little bit easier for myself as well. So that is done. Now, like I said, I do have a plan for this. So let's go ahead and start placing that in. So what I'm thinking is having an overhang. Now, I might need to change the base because that is just too much oak wood. And, oh man, I'm one short. Okay. Yeah, I have some spruce, so I might swap that out just to give it a little accent, I guess, if that's the right way to say that. So what am I doing? I'm making fence. So I need planks, which I have, and then sticks and fence. So we just place one more in. And what I'm thinking of doing, I mentioned this in the desert update video, or actually the savannah update video with the decaying plants, is having like decomposing leaves. So I was mentioning the palm tree leaves. So man, I'm having trouble here. There we go. The palm tree leaves, having it dry out and then having thatch, that would have been really sweet. So that would have been perfect for this build, and also the roof over there, which now that I think about it, I don't even have a roof on that building yet, so I totally forgot about that. So we have this done. Again, we're going to switch out the base, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some spruce planks. So there we go. Yeah, this is going to take a lot of wood. So this is what I did over there at the little shack there. And yeah, I'm going to need another way to get up here. So just like dirt. Just to give an idea, I'll place in these 4 right here, and then I'll go ahead and start laying in everything else. So just like that. So then I can hop up here, and okay, yeah. So this is gonna take some time. Obviously, I'm struggling here. So let me finish this up, and we'll see what it looks like. That is looking awesome. I'm really happy with the way that turned out, and I'm so glad that they added all these different types of trapdoors. So that was a big game changer, or else I don't know how I would have done this. I suppose I could have used slabs, but this just adds a whole different type of texture to it. It's not as thick as the slabs, obviously. So the trapdoor, and it has this little effect here, where it looks like they're just slats of wood going across. So I think that turned out really good. I also swapped this out, and that is the dock. I'm going to put a little bit more detail into this. I'll probably do that later on. I do want to finish, and I'm always loving the view with the sunset. So just looking out, yeah, that's looking really good. Probably do a little bit of landscaping, and I think we're starting to run out of time here. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's try to do a little bit of landscaping along this coast right here. All right, I am just putting the final touches on this palm tree right here, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the landscaping that I've just done. So we're going to knock this out. And I've noticed that my palm trees are starting to develop a little bit more each time I make it. So that's a very good thing. I'm really liking the way these are turning out. Alright everybody, welcome back. So we are going to start over on this side because I've added a little bit more detail to this side. Not much, but I believe it's the small details that make the big difference. So let's go ahead, and so what I've done is I've added some stone buttons just to give it some texture. Finally got some bone meal in here to make 2 high grass, and let's go ahead and take a look at the landscaping I did over on this. So we made the bridge. We're going to go ahead and cross over. So we have some bushes, and what I was thinking about is this area is lacking height. I believe I mentioned it before. So we have bushes, we have a rock, palm trees, and then this makes our way over to our dock. Now the dock is still very bare. Oh, and of course, if you haven't noticed, I did push this up 1 block. So I've done that only because I wanted to place items on the dock just to fill it in. Because, I mean, come on, that would look very, very bare. So we still have this dock here, and I've knocked these down 1. So I think it's coming together pretty good. We've got our staircase over here still, and I wasn't able to fix this flowing water problem. So of course there are still a little bit of bugs with the water. So yeah, I can't fill that in. But if I remove the block, then of course it'll turn back into a source block. But we'll ignore that for now. Let's go ahead and look at it from this side. So if we're getting off of our boat, we're getting onto the dock, and then we're walking down. I mean, man, that is, I'm really proud of this work here. I mean, it is looking really full. We even got this going here. I really like the texture. So we do know that when we make this a path block, we get this little gap right here to give it some depth. So actually, I think we can add 1 more. So let's do these 3 right here. And just the way, I don't know if it's the smooth lighting or what, but when you place a block in, it just changes up the color too. So see how it got a little bit darker? Is the shading there? Yeah. That I'm just super excited about it. I mean, it looks really, really good. And as I mentioned, my palm trees are developing. And as I mentioned, I do need to go to the jungle. I need to get some jungle leaves, and I'll replace all of these. But what I did here is give them a little bit more height. So these trees are a little bit taller as compared to these ones. So they were looking good, but if you notice here, these only come down 1 block. And if I drop it down 2, like right here, I think that looks so much better. So yeah, let's go ahead one more time. We just have to do it. We're going to go down the pathway, and everything is full. And of course, we do need to fill all this in. I'll work on that probably off camera. And as I mentioned, this is going to be farm out here. And yeah, I mean, this is looking really good. And let's just go ahead and take a look at it from across the water here. I haven't really checked it out, but so this is where we made this a couple episodes ago. And then if we pan across here, there's a little shack. There's our palm trees, and everything's looking pretty full. And if you notice here, I also started bone mealing the sand, so we got some seagrass growing down there. And let's go ahead and come over, take a step back. Yeah, that is looking so cool. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, this is, as I mentioned, creative building is a new thing to me. So yeah, I'm just super excited about it. And that is all the time I have for today. So we definitely got a lot done. I'm really excited about this, if you haven't been able to tell already. And I'm going to do more work on this dock. So hopefully by next episode, it's a little bit more full, a little bit more detailed. And with that being said, everyone, this is the end of our episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I'm out. I'll see you later.